And now.
All right, gather round, children. 'Twas the night before the Christmas invasion by Roland E. Schnodring. 'Twas the night before the Christmas invasion when all through the vortex not a creature was stirring except for the Sycorax. The stockings were hung by the TARDIS with care in hopes that the doctor soon would be there. The doctor was nestled all snug in Rose's bed, while visions of jelly babies danced in his head. And Rose's mum in her kerchief and Mickey in his cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When, out in space, there arose such a clatter, the PM sprang from her bed to see what was the matter. "I'm Harriet Jones, the PM," she yelled near and far. As all answered her, "Yes, we know who you are." Away to units, she flew like a dancer, opened all communications and awaited an answer. Guinevere 1 in the hold of an alien craft sent messages to Earth while the Sycorax laughed. The screens showed the ship as it sped towards our Earth, as the alien threat put an end to all mirth. More rapid than eagles on course they came, and whistled and grunted and called us all names. Our blood they controlled, and a third climbed the walls. They threatened to dash away, dash away, dash away all, as dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So down from the heavens with a huge sonic boom, down came the craft and shook every room. So over the housetops the Sycorax flew, a ship full of aliens with mischief to do. And then, in a twinkling, the PM and staff teleported to the alien ship to see if it all could be sorted. The doctor was still missing and could not give a hand, even when Rose was threatened by a Santa brass band. The doctor slept on and was oblivious as could be, until Rose asked for help against a killer Christmas tree. He sprang up in bed, sonic screwdriver ablaze, and banished the tree, then sank back in a daze. Meanwhile, the Sycorax glowered down at the desperate PM. Harriet Jones looked on as the Major and Llewellyn were condemned. Rose's mom packed food as Rose and Mickey grabbed the doctor. They ran to the TARDIS and shut the blue door. As Jackie got more supplies, Rose and Mickey tuned the scanner. Little did they know that the signal was like waving a big banner. The Sycorax leader tuned into the technology and beamed it aboard without an apology. Rose walked out the door not knowing her danger, although to alien menaces she was no stranger. Mickey came when she screamed after spilling his tea. He ran to her aid not knowing what the danger could be. Rose tried to scare the leader with her talk of Rexicrocophallopatorius, although he had no fear as he planned to be victorious. He laughed at her attempt to scare them away. He knew they were helpless and would not delay. What was the shadow proclamation to him? The Earth lay undefended and its future was dim. Suddenly, without warning, his language was clear. The telepathic circuits were working. Rose held back a tear. If the circuits were working, she knew who was well. She turned towards the TARDIS as her hope seemed to swell. Out shot the doctor, all shiny and new. He'd fix it all up. He'd know what to do. He released all the people from the control of their blood and proved to all present that the threat was a dud. He challenged the alien leader to a duel by swords, as only he could, the last of the Time Lords. He fought like a champion and regrew a hand. He killed the Sycorax leader. But where did he land? We've seen aliens killed by viruses and lasers that shoot, but never before by a small citrus fruit. The doctor had done it. He'd saved them all. In nothing but his Jim Jams he'd come at a call. He'd done more than Zaphod or Arthur or Ford. Hitchhikers be damned. We need a Time Lord. All peace was restored and the threat had been banished. They all returned to London as the ship turned and vanished. The doctor was happy as he'd done all he could, not knowing, of course, of the threat of Torchwood. The PM blasted the retreating aliens as they sped out to space. She did it out of fear and a hope to save face. The doctor was pissed, as only he gets. He raged at Jones and made good on his threats. She backed away from the Time Lord in fear she was mired. She was the same PM as always, but perhaps a bit tired. He picked out a suit and put on a jacket and went to Jackie's apartment to join in the racket. The sprouts were all eaten and the crackers were popped. Even pudding was consumed and not a morsel was dropped. They were all called to the door to see the new snow. Still, the threat was over and the doctor had to go. He asked Rose along and she agreed with a smile. She wouldn't be back, at least for a while. The doctor sprang to the TARDIS and threw every switch. As the TARDIS engines groaned and rose in their pitch, I heard him exclaim before he vanished from sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."